Someone asked me the other day to describe the Wyoming lifestyle. While I know that living in Wyoming means something different to each person who lives here, it made me think a bit more about what it means to live the Wyoming lifestyle. Hi, I'm Alisha Collins with the Alisha Collins Real Estate Team. I live the Wyoming lifestyle every day, and I love it here. So let me share a little more about what that means. If you are already a Wyoming resident and live that lifestyle, let me know if this fits what you think the Wyoming lifestyle is. On the other hand, if you are considering moving to Wyoming, hopefully this gives you a bit more insight into what it means to live the Wyoming lifestyle. One of the first things that comes to mind for me is that the Wyoming lifestyle has a distinct focus on outdoor activities. You can even ride your bike in the winter. There are so many things to do here in the great outdoors, from hiking and camping to fishing and hunting. In fact, there are so many things, I'm not sure I can list them all. Horseback riding, of course my favorite, boating, downhill or cross-country skiing, snowmobiling, rock climbing, kayaking, and of course, sightseeing. If you can do it outdoors, you can probably do it in Wyoming. The different regions of Wyoming offer different outdoor opportunities. I know most people might think of the mountains for camping and other outdoor activities, but the prairies and plains have great opportunities as well. Did you know Wyoming is home to the Red Desert, the largest living migratory sand dunes in North America? Don't forget, Wyoming has plenty of lakes and rivers too. I love taking a kayak and floating the river. And you don't have to own a boat to enjoy the lakes. You can camp next to one of Wyoming's many reservoirs, and don't forget the fishing. It is important to take time to enjoy the natural beauty that is all around you. Some might say another core feature of Wyoming lifestyle is a slower pace of life. If you compare living in Wyoming to more heavily populated places, which, let's face it, is any other state, that can be true. We don't have as much traffic to contend with, so getting to work can be easier, and our commute most likely takes less time, which can give us more time to enjoy what Wyoming has to offer. Lower population also means less hustle and bustle, and the Wyoming outdoors means a greater connection to nature. Both aspects are key to living the Wyoming lifestyle. Be aware that enjoying nature in Wyoming may not always be easy. The Wyoming lifestyle also includes seasonal challenges, like being prepared for harsh winters. Making sure your home and car are ready for winter is a definite must here. Being prepared doesn't stop with protecting people either. For those who raise animals, whether it's for 4-H, fun, food, or business, winter can present some big challenges when it comes to managing and maintaining our livestock. We love to consider ourselves pretty self-sufficient. There are many people in Wyoming that raise animals and gardens to provide food for their families. Since agriculture is one of the major industries in Wyoming, many also provide food for more than just their own families. I wonder how many people have had the opportunity to participate in branding in Wyoming as compared to other opportunities outside of Wyoming. While not everyone in Wyoming has had an opportunity to see or participate in this experience, I'm pretty confident that it is more common here than in many other places. Another experience that is not unique for those of us living in Wyoming, but maybe for others that don't live here, is attending rodeos. Statewide, there are a lot of rodeo options. Here in Casper, we host the Casper National Finals Rodeo every June and the County Fair and Rodeo every summer. Nearby is Douglas, Wyoming, less than an hour from Casper. The Wyoming State Fair and Rodeo is here every August. A couple hours south is Cheyenne, where we have Cheyenne Frontier Days, and a couple hours north there is a nightly rodeo in Cody, Wyoming. I hadn't realized that sunrises and sunsets in Wyoming were that much different than other places until a friend who was visiting Wyoming mentioned how absolutely amazing the sunrises and sunsets are here. They just don't get to see quite the same views where they live. It made me think about how lucky we are to be able to watch the sunrise over the mountains. And I take more time to appreciate our spectacular sunsets as well. So I briefly mentioned winter earlier, and I feel like I need to revisit this aspect of the Wyoming lifestyle. Winter is a pretty big part of living in Wyoming. It can be cold and sometimes snowy with the occasional blizzard. So yes, being prepared is important, but also it is important to take the time to enjoy the snow and the winter outdoor activities too. I really feel like participating in Wyoming's winter activities is what helps us make it through the winter, especially because winters here can seem so long. Wyoming winter is more than just winter though. Wyoming is also known for strong, persistent winds like today, especially in certain regions. On the other hand, we have great weather during spring, summer, and fall. And a lot of people live here because of that. Our summers are mild and warm. During summer, it rarely gets extremely hot. There is a saying that says, if you don't like the weather in Wyoming, wait 5 minutes. Dramatic temperature swings are another fact of life in Wyoming. And being ready for anything is part of living the Wyoming lifestyle. Wyoming also has the second highest average altitude in the nation, second to Colorado. Of course, since it is an average, the altitude does vary with the region. Higher altitudes can affect visitors and newcomers who aren't used to it in significant ways. Remember, when you visit, or even if you move here, visiting our higher altitudes might require a bit of acclimation. Wyoming is also known for having a very dry climate, and that might also take some getting used to. This means that hydration and skin moisturization are a must. The air might be dry and move around a lot with the wind, but Wyoming does tend to have a great air quality, unless of course the occasional wildfire affects the air quality. Most of the time, Wyoming's air quality is wonderful, crisp and fresh. I think the air quality has a lot to do with a lower population density here in Wyoming. With a total population of less than 600,000 people, that means we have a lot of wide open spaces for fresh, clean air and less pollution. That lower population density might mean you'll experience the Wyoming lifestyle through rural living. Yes, we do have cities of all sizes, but many people choose to live just a little or a lot outside of the cities. Rural living has a lot of positive aspects that might appeal to you, but there are definitely some things to consider as well. For example, some rural homes have septic systems rather than being on public sewer systems. Water wells are common and they require regular maintenance and testing. Living a rural Wyoming lifestyle might mean you have propane tanks because we have to use propane for heating instead of natural gas. Also, there are limited internet options when living rural. Many areas only offer one local or satellite option. On the other hand, groceries, schools, and medical services are often not that far away. Rural living means self-reliance for a lot of things, and that includes snow removal. It's a good thing that Wyoming is known for our self-reliance. Wide open spaces are another thing Wyoming is known for. These wide open spaces emphasize some positive aspects of the Wyoming lifestyle, including nature and wildlife. The wide open spaces offer breathtaking views of the mountains and plains, and you don't have to drive very far to enjoy the star-filled night sky. It often takes less than 10 to 15 minutes to escape the light pollution of the nearest city. It is common to see deer and pronghorn antelope crossing the road or wandering through your yard in town. It is less common, but still possible depending on the area, to see an occasional elk and the occasional moose. If you live in rural areas, it isn't uncommon to encounter fox, coyote, and the occasional mountain lion or bear. These wild animals aren't the only sights to see that are somewhat unique to Wyoming. Horses and cattle, grazing in pastures, ranch equipment, hay bales are also common sights. Dusty and sometimes muddy roads and rugged terrain offer some challenges and some fun depending on your perspective. Smaller populations mean quiet surroundings with more natural sounds than urban noise, and it also means smaller towns, and even those are often far apart. While we may have fewer people, Wyoming has a strong sense of community. Neighbors and locals help each other in times of need. Another thing Wyoming is known for is our generosity when our neighbors are in need. Additionally, we are just plain neighborly. It is customary to raise your hand at a friendly greeting, the Wyoming wave, when out driving on rural roads and passing another car. Wyoming is full of kind, friendly individuals who value independence and hard work. Wyoming is also full of small town events like farmers markets, rodeos, and craft fairs. Living the Wyoming lifestyle means having a strong appreciation for Western heritage and for the cowboy culture. Cowboy culture isn't just about riding horses and raising cattle. It is more about work ethic, and integrity, perseverance, and independence. We take pride in persevering Wyoming's natural beauty and traditions. Living the Wyoming lifestyle isn't for everybody, but it might be for you. If you're looking to move to Wyoming, give my team a call. We'd love to help you find your Wyoming lifestyle. We love hearing from all of you. We love talking to you. We love your comments. We love where we live, and we want you to love where you live too. See you soon. My mouth is getting cold.
It's okay. Mine is too.
What the shit? Okay, Sorry, Rosie.
You got it.